Oh, hey, Ricky, nice of you to stop by for a visit.
What do you mean, a visit? This is my house.
We found out it was the home that Talladega Nights was filmed in.
Hi, I'm content producer Michael Barrett, and if the mansion behind me looks familiar, it may be because you've seen it before on a TV or a movie screen. This residence on Connor Quay Court that overlooks Lake Norman in Cornelius served as the home of the titular character in the 2006 comedy classic Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby. It turned up in several scenes during the film, including one in which Ricky offers a memorable and hilarious grace before a family supper.
Your tiny Jesus, your golden fleece diapers with your tiny little fat balled up fist pawing.
He was a man. He had a beard.
The home was just sold for $6.75 million to retired NASCAR driver Kevin Harvick, but the previous owners, Daniel and Judith Moore, are now auctioning off some of their estate, including dozens of unique items with a collective value of $350,000. So let's take a look inside at a couple of the famous filming locations for the movie and a few of the valuable auction items that could be yours for the right price. When former homeowners Daniel and Judith Moore realized they needed to hold an estate sale, they contacted Shane and Jessica Parker, owners of Mooresville-based Wyatt & Son Auctions.
So the Moores reached out to me in October, and they were downsizing their home and moving out, and had a lot of valuables that you know they couldn't take with them, and they wanted to auction them off.
When Parker learned the home's cinematic ties, it only piqued his interest.
We had a great discussion with them, and then we found out it was the home that Talladega Nights was filmed in, and I've always been a huge fan of the movie, and I think a lot of people are.
So we're here standing in the room where the iconic scene was shot involving Ricky saying grace during supper. How has the connection to the movie tied into your advertising for this auction and helped to raise interest in it?
Yeah, it's been huge. Just having that name alone has really helped put the auction in the spotlight, if you will. And with this area, this is Race City, we're in North Carolina, NASCAR City, if you will, which has really helped a lot with, the name and all.
The first online auction is set for December 7th to 10th, with some 270 lots up for bidding. While there are a few pieces of Talladega Nights movie memorabilia, most of the items are unrelated to the film, stemming instead from Daniel Moore's affinity for history. And the variety runs the gamut, with everything from a 1940s-era Wurlitzer jukebox and an oil painting of Tiger Woods to suits of armor and rare historic documents by Civil War figures like Abraham Lincoln and Jefferson Davis.
It's a fully online auction. It's being hosted at WyattandSonAuctions.com. And you can go there now. As a matter of fact, the auction is up and it's posted, and you can go put your absentee bids in up until Sunday, this coming Sunday the 10th at 6 o'clock. Which is when the auction will go live, and your absentee bids will be in there, and you'll have the opportunity to see each lot as it goes through the process and gets auctioned off to the highest bidder.
Parker expects one of the auction's biggest draws to be a 28 by 46-inch oil painting of well-known golfer Tiger Woods that was signed by Woods himself.
As you mentioned, the artist is Stephen Holland, and he's really well known for a lot of his paintings with famous sports celebrities, if you will, Muhammad Ali, Tiger Woods, obviously, and the Moores purchased this when they were on vacation in Hawaii back in 2006. It's obviously, as you can see here, signed by Tiger. 2006, it was appraised at $20,000, so that was around 17 years ago, and the value's gone up quite a bit.
The 1940s-era Wurlitzer jukebox is another valuable item that actually made a brief background appearance in Talladega Nights.
So this is called the Wurlitzer Bubbler. It was produced right around the end of World War II, and was a very popular jukebox in that time, especially with all the GIs coming back and everything.
The sale offers something for fans of everything, from vintage pinball machines to classic film and radio broadcasts.
So this is an old Williams Riverboat Gambler pinball machine. I think most people love playing pinball, and so this is a great piece. I grew up, I think we all did playing pinball.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have a vintage RCA microphone here with a CBS tab on the top of it here, which is a pretty unique piece. We also have a red on-air sign as well, vintage. It's similar to this with the CBS tab on the top. And then a vintage Mitchell, I believe it's a 16 millimeter Hollywood, film camera that's been restored. It's a beautiful piece. It's got some markings from Hollywood on it and all.
There are historical pieces tied to English literature, American baseball, and much more.
This is a first edition Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, which seems to be a great time of year to show this one off. This is an autographed Honus Wagner. It was actually signed with a fountain pen, and we have all the authenticity paperwork with it.
And bringing things back to the movie, there's a piece with unique ties to Grayson Russell, the young actor who portrayed Ricky Bobby's youngest son, Texas Ranger.
Yep, I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Grayson reached out to the family and wanted to come back and see the house that the movie was shot in, because it had been 17 years. This was done in 2023 when Grayson visited the house. He took some pictures with the family, of course, and then, you know, this is just really cool, classic, iconic line, right? It says, "I'm all jacked up on," and it has an arrow pointing up to the Mountain Dew. So it's a cool piece.
Ricky Bobby's approach to racing, if you ain't first, you're last, could also be applied to bidding in an auction. But anyone who misses out on scoring items in this round may have better luck later.
I have one in January. It'll be a little bit smaller. This is really the bulk of everything. The auction in January will contain some more baseball cards, most likely, some more baseballs, autographed baseballs, some more historical type Civil War, things like that, of that nature. It won't be quite as big as this one, but it's still going to be a really cool auction.
For Neighborhood TV, I'm Michael Barrett.